Hello, nice to see you guys. I'm excited because today we're going to talk about a couple different things. We're talking about virtues. We're going to talk about some of our amazing pricing. We're going to talk about some of our OKM songs and amazing songs. And we've got a big week planned. So jump in, keep coming. Monterrey, Mexico. Hello. Hola. I'm so glad that you joined. Welcome. That's fantastic. I'm so glad you guys are here. Okay. So, first order of business, we keep getting a lot of questions, and I think everybody's really interested in what's happening with the virtues. Now, historically, Orange has always been really great about ordering the virtues and things order around the virtues and how we do that. And so are those going away? Are they gone forever? What's happening with them? Well, the short answer is no, they're not going away. But I thought I would bring someone on to talk about it with me. His name is Frank Watson. He's one of our lead writers here at Amazing and helping us write scripts for 252 and First Look. And so I was going to ask him to come on and have a conversation. So Frank, come on everybody, if you're at home, give it up for Frank. I'm going to scoot over, bring your chair in.
Cool. I'm going to turn on my mic too so
Yep.
people can actually
Come
hear
on.
me.
Come on, Franklin.
When you came in.
Francis.
Yeah. That's the real
Hello. Welcome. Say hello to the people.
Hello. How are you guys doing? Welcome. Thank you guys so much for letting me in.
I'm glad you're here. Okay, we have a lot of questions that come in a lot about people asking, are the virtues going away? So I'm going to start that question right now. Frank, are the virtues going away?
No, they're not going away. I think one thing that's been historically different is that the virtues are great, right? Like understanding things about having wise, and having courage and trust and faith. These are really important things. But I think sometimes a lot in our content, when that becomes the only thing the kid can remember, it becomes a hard thing to understand the biblical truth that comes from that, right? So when we have it positioned a different way, when we have the Bible story being what is pulling that truth out of that, that we can help kids understand how that amazing truth is. So
okay, got it. I think the one thing that's been really helpful for me is I love the virtues. I think that the virtues are beautiful in helping us understand and measure in our lives how we're growing like Jesus. Is there kindness in my life? Is there forgiveness in my life? Do I have courage? You can go through each and every one of them. But in and of myself, I can't make that happen. I need the Holy Spirit's help to shape me and mold me into a Christ-likeness. So what we're looking at is okay, if the Bible is going to show us a truth that helps us apply that to our lives so that the Holy Spirit can shape us to look like Jesus, and the virtues are what we're measuring ourselves against. The virtues are an outward sign of what's happening on the inside of our hearts. Now, I think what you're saying and what we're kind of talking about when it comes to the virtues is they're not going anywhere. But what we're talking about is using them more as a metric instead of just a leading main point. So we have our bottom line that we're connecting more to the Bible story. And with kids, as we're learning, especially post-COVID, and their attention spans and what they're able to grasp and how they're able to, their memory skills are depleting. And that's a tragic thing that we actually need to address as parents and as society. But we want to make sure that what they're taking home and what they're able to grasp onto, they can remember. Because I, as a kids pastor, when parents would be checking their kids out of our kids ministry, and they'd be like, "What did you learn today?" And it's the typical. And I hate the answer, but they'd be like, I don't know. It's we just spent an hour and 15 minutes or an hour and a half drilling home what we're talking about. So trying to make sure, okay, what is the one thing we want them to walk away with? Well, it's our bottom line. And our bottom lines are beautiful. Actually, we just got out of a Scope and Cycle meeting for our 26-27 Scope and Cycle, which I'm very excited to share with you guys shortly, and the things we're planning for it. But we take a lot of time to craft and to be very intentional in the way we wordsmith those bottom lines to make sure that they're appropriate. And one, they're not taking the Bible story out of context and trying to shoehorn it into something. But two, that it's something that's age appropriate for a kid to remember and be able to declare. And as they're going through their week, can I remember this truth that I can show others what Jesus has done in me?
And an illustration I always love using is talking about balloons, right? You guys ever go to the fair or you go to an event and you guys have to give a kid balloons, right? So they only can hold one or two, right? If you try to hold three, what are they going to do? They're going to pop one, let go of them. They're going to be all gone. And so when we're doing our content, when we're writing our content, there's a lot of things for kids to learn about, right? We have their memory verse they have to learn about. They have the Bible story itself, the content in it. They have the bottom line. They have the virtue. They have the worship songs. They have the game, honestly, that you guys are doing, those small group things. So there's so much stuff that we're doing, which is great. And we need to have all that content to have a cohesive service, but we need to figure out, like, what's that one balloon that kid is holding on to? What's that one thing when they're walking through life and they're talking to their neighbors and friends and at school with their teachers? Like, what is that one thing that's that truth that the Holy Spirit's changing inside of them to be able to talk to the people around them? And so that's really where a lot of that comes from.
And so I think the shift you might see is in this scope and cycle that we're currently in, it's not as big of a shift because, like, I mean, we're getting out of wisdom land for this month, which talks about wisdom for the whole month, which I love. It's really important. The Bible Jesus talked about wisdom, but there's typically been like a whole month dedicated to one virtue. And what you may start to see is we could see multiple virtues lined up in 1 month. So they're not going away, but we may just order some of our series around other specific things, like preview, like spoiler alert, plug your ears if you don't want a spoiler for 25-26 or 26-27 scope and cycle. But we're talking about there might be some series that we do around our 4 faith skills. So you may see multiple virtues pop up those months because, like, each of our faith skills, as we talk about living for God, like there may be different virtues that pop up in that, or different fruits of the Spirit that we talk about. And so they're not going away, and we still have definitions for them, and we still want kids to know about them. And we actually want to build some more resources for parents to be able to measure that well, and to instill it and kind of come behind and reinforce those values at home. But when it comes to our lessons and what we're kind of writing through that, we're going to use the virtues as a measurement. And it's always been that. I will link the blog at some point that talks about the virtues are just an outward sign and measurement of what God's doing on the inside of us. And so we're just kind of repositioning a bit and trying to make sure, like Frank said, it's a beautiful example. If we're giving them a bunch of balloons, what do we want them to really walk home with? If they've only got, my 6-year-old can hold maybe 1.5 balloons, but if they can only take one, okay, it's the bottom line that's connected to that Bible story. And then the at-home piece for parents is like, hey, you should be looking for this virtue, and let's talk about this virtue with kids. And like, are you seeing this in their life? And how do we cultivate that? How do we foster conversations in an environment where they feel good to like talk about that with you, converse with you, and that it's growing that in their life, that the Holy Spirit's doing that. So short answer, are the virtues going away? No, they're not. We love them. And I think it's really cool to be able to have something that you can point to and say, is this lining up to look like Jesus? So we're transformation on the inside. We're becoming like Jesus, and we can measure it. Like, can we measure that by, are we behaving like him? Or are we being like him in the way that we treat others and live it out in our world, in our communities, with our grown-ups and with our friends? So I'm really excited about it. Frank, is there anything else like that you think we need to hit on with the virtues that like people would want to or need to know?
Yeah, I mean that's really a lot of it, but basically it's like with our focus on trying to have everything having really strong biblical depth is everything we're doing, is that I posted about this on my own social media a couple of days ago. I was like, what did that mean, right? Because they posted about it. And like, what does that actually mean to have biblical depth? Because, like, you're just going to take a Bible, just toss it at a couple kids, and then, like, here you go.
Let's try
it's deeper. But no, like, it's really, like, we've done a lot of things even on the front end to help really encourage that, make sure that the content that you guys are talking to your kids about has been checked multiple times. So like we've started a core Bible story, which is everything, all we write out, one of our writers write out an entire core Bible story, like you're just telling a narration. That gets theology checked by itself. And then we bring it to our entire writer team. We all critique it ourselves. And then after that, it gets checked one more time before we actually go through. And all of our content, from our video content to our writing content to small groups, devotions, everything goes through that lens.
That's cool.
So what it helps us is it makes sure that all the stuff that we're talking about is that the biblical foundation of everything that we're doing is connecting exactly to that. And so that's why sometimes when you're seeing, especially in wisdom land, right? Like I've talked to some people this week, they're like, okay, that's great. You talked about wisdom, but then you really talked about this Bible story a lot more. this is where that connection is kind of come in, right?
Yeah.
Like we are talking about wisdom, right? We're talking about how it is to be like the two kings, being wise and the unwise king, right? But like the point of it is talking about how we can choose to have wisdom, and God gives us wisdom, more than talking about the concept of wisdom itself.
That's cool. That's awesome. So trying to give some real life and practical applications.
Yeah.
So the bottom line will help us set up some more practical applications, but the virtue helps us measure that. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
While I have you here, because you're helping lead a lot of the writing, I think people here, like we've got people that have been a part of Orange for so long, and what they love about it is the creativity. They love the excellence of it. Yeah. And as we've been in the middle of shifting and moving things along, we've had people be like, hey, there's been errors or things in our curriculum. What are you doing about it? Yeah. Frank, what are you doing about it?
Yeah, a lot of things actually. So we understand that there's been a lot of changes and a lot of difference and a lot of things that we have sent. And, like personally, like I'll take it on myself that like as like one of the lead writers, like it is not the right thing. Like we should be delivering excellence to you guys. We missed that mark in a lot of different places. And so we put a lot of extra places. In fact, this entire quarter, we're actually focusing on all of the errors that we're making sure that we're giving you guys the best content that's going out. So one of the things that we've started our own like bug bounty program, where this program where we're trying to get people to check out our content ahead of time, making sure if any errors are there that are getting caught before they're going out to the big mass, right? Yep. Another thing is we've added an extra QC through our entire process to make sure, because even our checks, we have a theology check, we have our phase appropriate check, we have our copy edit check in itself. Yep. And so we have extra checks we're adding inside of there to confirm that everything that's going out to people is actually what's going out to people. And so
that's awesome. That's really great. And I've watched you do it, and I think it's been really awesome. Like people reach out, and you've been jumping on calls. I love jumping on calls. So if there's ever anything you want to talk about, reach out to us. We have amazing customer success and like Orange specialist people. So reach out to them, tell them like, hey, I want to yell at these guys. We'd love that. We'd really love the opportunity to sit and listen to you and talk and hear about what's going on, what's helpful to you. Like we just want to build great resources and tools that serve you and your ministry.
Yep.
So Frank, thanks for coming on and explaining all of that.
Of course.
I'm going to move on to the next thing, but while I do that, I think Chris is around here somewhere. Can you go find him for me really fast?
I will run there, literally.
Run. Please run and tell him to come here. This is the beauty of being in office on Fridays is we always have things happening and people are here. And so I'm going to make Chris come on and talk to you guys. But while we're waiting, fun update from Amazing Music. In case you missed it, this week, just today, we launched a brand new Christmas project. If you go to any DSP, so like whether it's Spotify, Apple Music, all those, you'll type in Amazing Music, and we just launched 6 awesome, beautiful Christmas songs. Some of my favorite Christmas songs, and it got uploaded today. I drove in and I felt in the Christmas spirit. So if you haven't already, go add it to your cart. And we released it this week and this month so that you had a little bit more time to plan your Christmas services and all that. And so I've got some really exciting things happening right now. The man, the myth, the legend, the person who is the reason that we all got into this.
Did you say Christmas?
I said Christmas.
Yeah, I just found this like in my drawer over there, and I decided to put it on to come and feel in the season.
This is also, I don't know if anyone's ever seen you with glasses on. This is the first time. No,
I'm getting old. I'm getting old. I don't know how to see anything like this close to me. So
I'm pulling up our Christmas album right now because I feel like it just needs to be playing.
I need some snow.
Yeah, like you're wearing This is Oh Come All You Faithful. You're wearing a Christmas hat. Welcome to the Amazing Music section.
All right.
Where we talk about all the amazing music stuff. But okay, no.
I was kind of walking by and I heard, so like, you did a Spanish album.
We dropped a Spanish album last week.
Okay, and you did a Christmas album.
We dropped a Christmas album.
So it sounds like next year the challenge is for a Spanish Christmas album.
Don't put me on the line for that.
I heard it. The people are writing it down.
You heard it here first. Spanish Christmas 2026. Okay. Well, hey Chris, we've got a lot of questions coming in, and it's very exciting because I'm going to hold this like this because it's really fun. But we have people asking about pricing because renewals are coming up, and a couple weeks ago, or I guess it was a month ago now, we did a digital event and we announced this exciting new thing, Amazing Plus. And although I really think it's one of the best benefits to everybody out there, I think you should explain to people, like people are explaining or just curious, like why are we changing our pricing model? Or I'm a small church and I'm not going to be able to afford it right now. Or do I have to change what I'm paying currently? Like, what would you say to people who have all these questions?
Wow, those are great questions.
Great questions.
First of all, like we got into this because we really have a heart to serve the church. And, the idea of being able to make world-class curriculum, world-class software, world-class tools, is our heart. And it's something that I've spent 15 years doing. I know you've spent, lots of years in kids ministry and being able to serve people with, really world-class stuff. And so, like, that's our heart, first and foremost. And so when it comes to innovation, all of the things that are going on, I know there's a ton of changes, but the heart is really to simplify. We took, all of these different pricing models for, every different size church and really just have like one pricing model now, right? Like, so whether you've got kids, whether you've got preschool, whether you've got students, there's just one price.
Yeah.
And, before there was starter, there was medium, there was premium, plus media, not me. I was like, it was so confusing.
Yep.
So we really wanted to make it simple. And so I think in an attempt to simplify things, we've really tried to say, hey, there's just one option and we've made it really simple. And so we moved from child count to church count. And so I know this seems really confusing, but the idea and the heart behind it is just to make it really simple. That's how everything else is priced. And when we price things, it should just be pretty straightforward. And so with that said, the most important thing that everyone should understand is that every single church who is a current customer is grandfathered in on their existing pricing tier.
So you're saying right now, if I'm a customer of Orange Curriculum, do I have to change my current pricing plan and like go to Amazing Plus?
You do not.
So I can renew at my current pricing plan.
You can renew on your current pricing plan.
I'm making you say it out loud again, just so because I have a renewal coming up, Chris, and so I can renew on my current pricing plan.
You can renew on your current pricing plan.
Okay.
No church has had a price increase or has been forced onto a different pricing plan. Now, if you want amazing music and you want APlay View and other, that's great. Talk to your CSM.
Yeah.
And if you're confused, like have a conversation with your CSM. We have a team of like incredible people.
They're awesome.
Who have a heart from the church, who have like invested so much time, energy, and attention into learning our world and learning your world, who are going to help steer you through that conversation.
Okay.
But you don't have to change anything. You can renew exactly as you are today.
Okay, but let's say I'm a small church and I'm interested in Amazing Plus. Like, is it like astronomically more for me?
Great question. So when we priced out, just take 0 to 500 churches, for example, if you have less than 500 attendees, if you buy First Look, and you buy 252, you get everything in Amazing Plus for the same price. So if you buy First Look and 252, you will get today everything in Amazing Plus.
Wait, is that music?
Music.
And the Hello Baby stuff?
Hello Baby.
Like
Spanish media.
Spanish and all that?
You get the Parent Plus app. You get APlay View to be able to train your volunteers to see the whole thing. And you don't have to pay a cent more. Okay. Now, if you're a church between 500 and say 2,000, then you might pay a few $1,000s more, but you get all of that stuff for a little bit more money, and it's very affordable.
Students, music,
all of this,
everything.
Wow. For the same price.
Okay.
So the whole idea and heart and intention in doing this was to basically offer a lot more. And for any church that, say 500 to 2,000 again, I mean, the net saving between $5,000 and $10,000 versus
awesome.
Buying all of those things separately. So that was the heart behind it, and hopefully, I know it's a little different as we get through the season of change, but it's one price. It's clean, straightforward, it's transparent. That's the price. And
it's awesome.
No one has to do it. If you don't want to do it, that's cool too. No worries.
Yeah. You're not forcing them to change if they don't want to change.
No one is forced to change.
Wow. Well, I feel better. I feel more like I've got a clear answer from you.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of stuff right now that's included in APlay through I think April.
I think end of April. Yes.
You get like if you want to try APlay View out with your volunteers to make sure they show up equipped. They can log in. They can see all of the media that is in the playlist, so that when they show up on a Sunday morning, they're equipped and trained to be able to run your Sunday morning environments.
That's
because
cool.
they've been able to see the whole playlist that you put together. So you can share the playlist with them. They can know exactly what's there. Like that's included for you for free. And we're working on a brand new free trial experience so that if you want to try any of the stuff in Amazing Plus, again, talk to your CSM Orange Specialist so that you can take a look at all of the cool stuff that's there.
Yeah.
I think we might even like give people like free trials for like amazing music. If you want to try it out, like let us know. More than happy to
Don't tempt me with a good time like that.
Those resources are available.
Is that why you're wearing glasses today? Because you're working on all the free trials? Is that like the glasses come on when Chris is doing the real work? So this is.
I was actually just looking at a spreadsheet, but yeah, I like this idea much better.
Okay, cool.
Spreadsheet's my previous accounting life.
Got it.
Trying to look at all of the stuff there.
Someone just asked, we just bought First Look in 252 less than a month ago. Should we contact our CSM to have these changes rolled into our plan?
Katie, yes, you should contact your CSM and we will upgrade you to Amazing Plus for $0.
Do it.
You get all of it included.
Do it.
Yep. So we'll get you access to all of the good stuff in Amazing Plus.
My favorite thing is if we clip any of this at some point to send to somebody, you're going to be wearing a Santa hat and there's no context for it whatsoever. But this is
literally,
great.
You don't know this. I have it in my drawer.
In your drawer right here. This is actually Chris's office. I steal it on Fridays. I was just telling everyone anything can happen on Fridays.
I'm here for it. Are you going to do this every Friday?
Every Friday.
What are you going to announce next Friday?
Let's see how this week goes. We've got we are always doing something. I promise you that. Like there is so much happening. A lot of really exciting things. I think next Friday we may even talk a little bit about Service Builder and some really cool VBS stuff because we've got VBS uploads next week.
Oh my gosh. I have to say, okay. Like I just want to brag on our team for a second. The VBS that is coming out next year, Kingdom Quest, is incredible.
It's incredible.
The production team that we have put together here and the live filming they did with the kids. If you just look at the trailer, you will see the quality is exceptional. And this man right here has recruited some animators, from Disney and Warner Brothers and other places to come and do some of the animations for VBS. Like it is like truly world class. So
yeah,
I am excited about it.
We've been doing this. I haven't counted the days, but a long time. This is the thing I'm the most excited about that we've gotten to be a part of so far. VBS is. As a kids pastor, this would be the event that I would be like, I'm throwing this for my kids. Like, it's so cool. So I'm very excited for people to get to see it.
Yeah. And hey, listen, I want to say this. Tyler and I did 2 calls with churches this week. Yep. I love talking to churches. And so our whole leadership team, we want to talk to you. So reach out to your CSM and get us on. I would love to talk to you guys. Tyler loves talking with you. Our whole Malachi.
I told you.
Malachi is a little bit like the grumpy lobster boat captain sometimes. But he,
request Malachi. I literally, right before you walked in, I was like, we love talking to people. I said, if you just want to yell at us, reach out to your CSM and tell them, hey, I want to talk to those guys or yell at those guys. And we'd gladly get on a call and just listen.
Well, I don't know what the amazing Frank just said before I was here, but I think the thing that, our team has been through so much changes.
Yeah.
And the reason I love talking to churches is because you guys constantly encourage us.
Yep.
And, I spoke with Aaron on Tuesday, I think it was, and he said to me, hey, listen, we are praying for your team.
That's awesome.
And then he proceeded to give me a lot of really, hard feedback.
Which we love.
And I said, listen, our team has been working insanely hard. There's been a ton of transition and change.
Yeah.
And, you're going to see things absolutely 1,000,000% get better.
Yep.
And the amount of effort and time that's going into, building world-class curriculum, I promise you, what is coming next year is going to be absolutely worth it. So Thank you for sticking with us. And I'm going back to my spreadsheets.
Go back to your spreadsheets. Yeah, you can leave the hat. That's fine. Thank you, Chris. That was wonderful. That was, you guys can round of applause for Chris. All right. Well, a couple more just random updates. It's Friday. Again, anything can happen. I told you about amazing music. There is an update that I wanted to talk through, and it's with OKM. We get a lot of questions a lot. Hey, is OKM going away? What are we doing? Are you still going to have all of our music that goes along with the scope and cycle? So it's an answer that has a lot of different layers to it, and I figured, why don't we just talk about it together? So the short of it is, no, OKM is not going away. From for this current scope and cycle, all the Orange Kids music songs that you know and love and that are written to go along with the materials are ready for you. They're available to you. So if you haven't, you can reach out to your CSM customer success person. Like that is, Esther was just saying, hey, that's our orange specialist. Like that's what it is. Like we call it a CS. And we will give you a code, like a coupon code, so you can go to the store and you can download the songs for free. And it helps us track better. Like we just want to be really good stewards of all the things that God has blessed us with and the ways that people have contributed to our content. So what we're doing is we're just being really careful, making sure we can track everything really well. But it's available to you. If if you're used to getting the songs along with your curriculum, great. They still come with it. You can do that. So that lasts all the way through May. But here's some shifts that you may see. If you want those to show up in APlay, then you're going to have to download those and upload to your library. If you want those to show up in your like normal like large group setting or the way that you do your worship sets, you'll have to add that yourself. So download it and add it to Pro Presenter or add it to APlay, add it to APlay Pro coming soon. We're going to be talking about it here shortly. And that's how that's going to work. Moving forward, out of that scope and cycle. So Tyler, what about the 26-27 scope and cycle? I'm glad you asked. We're working right now on how we want to approach the music. Again, it's not because we think it's bad. I still jam to some OKM. Like I have it on my Spotify. Me and my kids will listen to it sometimes on the way to school. But we're always trying to figure out what serves everyone best. And so one of the best things we're doing right now is Amazing Music. It's a really great way and a really great resource that we think serves the church as a whole. We've gotten incredible feedback. Churches really love the fact that it's kids' versions of things and ways for them to engage parents in what they're singing along with kids in age-appropriate ways. And there's lots of songs. I think at this point there's 70-something elementary songs and I think we're close to 12, maybe 10 preschool songs. And what we're doing with that is we're going to have those songs still be made available, and you can program those into your services. And when it comes to OKM, like songs that are written specifically for the scope and cycle, we're reevaluating that. And like, is it always going to be 2 songs? I don't know yet. That's what we're talking through. Is it going to be a song that's written specifically for it? Because if we're talking about how the virtues, they're shifting a bit, we may see multiple virtues show up in one of our series. So it's not just a song written around that virtue. It's a song that has to write around the theme of what we're like living for God or hearing from God or things like that. That's the conversations we're having. We'll keep you updated on where that's coming. But for right now, you can still have all your OKM songs. Just you'll need to go to the store and download those, and we can give you a coupon code if you need that. Someone's asking, and it was a really good APlay Pro. Will it be included for people who already have Amazing Plus? APlay Pro, I wish Chris was here, is included just the way if you're a subscriber, you get APlay Pro the same way you get just APlay, like the regular TV app. And APlay Pro, we're going to be going through it here in a couple weeks. I'm going to have one of our favorite people, Gary B, come on and talk through what it is. We're actually on our announced by Amazing next week, our Facebook Live next, I think it's Thursday. We are going to be talking to some of the people who helped us build out APlay Pro. And what's really exciting about it is like if you're a Pro Presenter user, it's the same thing to where you can send to multiple screens. You can have a confidence monitor, but you also get access to the library of content. You can connect the APlay library. So all the amazing music songs, all the videos that are exclusive to APlay, you can now pull in here as well. It's a software that you download to your computer, and it has all the same capabilities that you're probably used to with other presentation softwares. And someone just asked, will they still have Pro Presenter files or will that be phased out with APlay? Well, that's a trick question. With APlay Pro, you can actually pull those Pro Presenter files into APlay Pro. Like those same files that you get can actually be opened in APlay Pro. It's really awesome. So, and then you may actually start to see us just it's a certain file type, so we may start to create those playlists as well. But with Service Builder, I don't know if anyone's got a chance to log in and try out Service Builder. It is, honestly, I'm shocked at how much great feedback we've gotten by it. We're still in the beta phase, but people are loving it. And we're going to be talking about it next week as well. We're going to go through, like, you can build out all of your scripts. And what's awesome about it is I was showing someone yesterday, I put in like, hey, I'm going to have 43 kids here this coming weekend. And depending on which activities I opted in or out of, like toggled on or off, it at the end of my script, when I was ready to export it as a PDF so I could upload it or send it to my volunteers, I also had a shopping list. Okay, this means I'm going to need 67 markers and 1 roll of masking tape, and it was awesome. I had this list, but it also built out my playlist for APlay or APlay Pro. So if I like excluded this part of the Bible story or whatever I did, it would take or add the media for my playlist over on this side, and then I could publish that to APlay or APlay Pro. It's amazing. So if you haven't used Service Builder yet, we have people in the beta phase of it, but I highly encourage you. It's so good and it's so cool. And we had someone yesterday, I wish Chris was still here, or maybe it was 2 days ago. It's Friday, so all the days run together. But they said, I'm like massively shocked at how quickly this thing has improved. Like week over week and sometimes day over day, there's a new feature or a new fix or something that like ships or publishes that makes it even more awesome and more like intuitive. So if you haven't used it yet, I highly encourage you, check it out. It's really cool. You can edit your scripts there. You can toggle things on and off so that the PDF that you're exporting is specific to what you want and what you like. You can make one PDF for this service and the same lesson, but different like activities in PDF for another service. It's really cool. It's meant to be helpful for you guys. So, will the online virtual experiences continue to be provided? That's a really great question. The online virtual experience, like the at-home piece, we will still continue to do, but one thing that you're going to see shift for us is they'll no longer be included, like the OKM songs won't be in there. And what we loved about being able to do that at-home piece is we believed deeply, especially when COVID hit, we wanted to give people abilities to make sure that if there were people that were at home that were missing out from in-person, especially when we were all sheltering in place, that they could still experience church and have a good time with it. And as we've kind of moved along, what we're doing is we're shifting the at-home experience. So it'll be the same thing. Like if you go to the CDN and you're usually downloading the at-home experience, like, hey, it's like the countdown into the worship, into, whether it's Story Lab or so-and-so or First, like however you do it, and then into the slide. It'll be that, but without the OKM songs. For just reasons, again, we just want to steward things really well and make sure that we're stewarding all the things that God has given us and to make sure that we can report accurately and all these things. So if you want to add those songs, like Chris was saying, we have APlay View. And you should try it. Like it's included in Amazing Plus, but we're giving away like free access to it right now. And what APlay View does is you can also help parents go on and watch it as well. So you can change the behaviors where it gives you a link and it's like, here's the countdown. You can build it out, or you could even change the songs out if you're an Amazing Music user. If you're like, hey, I want these OKM songs, I'm going to upload these ones, or hey, I want these Amazing Music songs. You can customize the worship experience for the at-home virtual experience to best fit what your community and your families want to see, or change it week to week. It would be really awesome. So we're really excited about it. But that's going to be one shift you see is the virtual at-home experience is shifting just a smidge. We're taking the song, like the set list out of it, but it'll still be one edited piece together. And if it's something that you use for an at-home experience, I highly recommend the APlay View piece. But if it's something that you're using even just for your service, like Tyler, we use that video because we love how everything's baked into it. Well, great news. APlay and APlay Pro, you can set the behaviors of everything. So I can pull in the countdown and I can put my 2 songs in here, and then I can take the so-and-so show and I can set the behavior to be like, play this video and it plays into the next, to play into the next, to play into the next. And so that's where that works, and that's how that works. And that's our solution for right now. Katie, referring to personalizing the worship experience, if that was APlay and not Pro Presenter. It is APlay, but I think next week when we walk through some of the APlay Pro stuff, you'll understand how much simpler it's about to get for you. You can do it via Service Builder and APlay and all that. We're going to be tune in next week. I hate being that watch this space guy, but watch this space, because we've got some really awesome ways for you to be able to customize these pieces even more so that it serves you guys, your families, and everything better. Is there any other questions? Will you be using puppets in the future like it's being used for Jingle Jam? I love that question. We actually talked to Matt Lotta last week, who's one of our writers. you know what? We'll do a live soon. But like Chris was just saying, we've hired a lot of really awesome people. People who they used to work at Disney and Warner Brothers. People who used to intern or do things with Pixar. Like there's a lot of really great things that we're working on in the characters. So there's two pieces to that. We are adding characters to these shows, and there's a lot of really great research that shows that kids are 30% more likely to receive from characters. There's values and virtues and things that we can embody easier in some characters. Now that doesn't mean that they're all puppets though. Especially for Wonder, we've added 4 friends to Wonder with Ollie, and we're going to be announcing that soon. But they're animated characters. And we do have a puppet version as well. Just like, with Mr. Rogers, there was Daniel Tiger, who was a puppet, like the sock one, and then it moved into an animated version. Or like the Muppets, or like Sesame Street. There's just multiple ways for us to engage with kids. But it's not just like, hey, we're moving to puppets. Like there's some really awesome characters that John and Brandon and Matt and Kellen have added to So-and-So Show that aren't puppets, but they're hilarious, like really hilarious. And I'm excited for you guys to see those. So it's a both and. Like I think you'll be able to see how we're adding these things so that it adds value and entertainment and engagement to our kids shows. And yeah, that's how we're answering that. That's how that was going. Do you plan on having a blog post or Facebook post just recapping your live today? Katie, for you, we can make some sort of recap just for you, and this will be still up and available for you to watch and be able to point back to and watch again. We'd love to do that. That is all the time we have now. Here's the reality. Every week we're doing these. We'll do Q&As. If you have more questions, please reach out to your CSMs. Like Chris was saying, we love talking to people. We love making sure that we can hear from you guys. We want to build things that are awesome and helpful. So, and then we also, if you don't follow us on any of our social media accounts, like Orange Kidsmen or Orange Leaders or whatnot, every Friday or every other Friday, we try to do a Ask Us Anything. So if you didn't get your question in today, ask us there. Like we'll just ask our questions, and we take our time and we go through all of them and we try to answer them and post them so you can get all the answers that you're looking for. But thank you for joining. We're excited for where we're headed, and stay tuned. Keep watching. We've got a lot coming in the next couple of weeks. So see ya next week.